matches. Adventure.
Could it be that the hot, humid days of the summer are behind us? Could it be that the dog day afternoons are gone? I don't know. I can't say for sure. But what I can say for sure is that I am fully prepared for the autumn season. I am so excited for the fall, mainly because I have so many fun activities planned for this channel, the Candle Enthusiast. We're going to be on the road. We're going to be traveling to all different sorts of places all throughout New England, celebrating the seasons and the holidays. But today, we're not going to be on the road. No, we're not going to be in a vehicle either. We're going to be talking about a box, a very mysterious box. Welcome everybody to the Candle Enthusiast. I am your host, Shane Carlson, and this is a mystery box indeed. What's in the box? It's a mystery box. I really don't know, but what I can tell you is that this has been sent to me by YouTube's very own BREN, B-R-E-N. You know BREN. You're familiar with BREN. You've seen BREN. BREN is an aficionado, an enthusiast for sure, and probably, we might as well throw connoisseur in there as well. And she certainly knows her Bath and Body Works candles. Now, I reached out to BREN a couple months ago and I said, you know what, BREN? It'd be kind of cool if we did a collaboration. I'll send you a mystery box filled with candles. Open them up live on camera, smell them, tell me what you think. And what I did was I sent her mainly small production, small business, small batched candles.
This is so good. Am I gonna like them all this much?
But knowing a little bit about her aromatic preferences, I try to do my best to pick out candles that I thought she would enjoy, but also some candles that might shake her up a little bit, shock her, if you will. And it was really fun to watch her reactions. She's already filmed her video, she's already uploaded her video. I'm gonna link that video up and make sure you check it out at the conclusion of this video. But BREN has returned the favor. She has sent her own mystery box. What's inside, like I said, I have no idea, but there's only one thing left to do. I have my knife or corkscrew, and we're gonna cut into this box. Let's make our first incision. If we get the camera right there, this way you can see the action below. All right. Whoops, I kind of tore through your note. Hi Shane, thanks for inviting me to take part in this collaboration. I had as much fun putting this box together as I did opening yours. I greatly appreciate that you went with smaller artisan companies, but I'm not as well versed in that area, so I just went with things that I love. Excited to hear your thoughts, BREN. P.S. You can thank Kringle Candle for the packing peanuts. I think she's referring to these. Let's dig in. So right on top, we have a box of White Barn matches. You can never have too many matches. There is no order, so I'm just gonna use my intuition. This $2 melt from Meyer? I have a feeling this is from a store that maybe we don't have here in the Northeast. Anyway, this is a $2 melt from this place, and it's my favorite wax melt of all time. That is saying a lot. That takes some major conviction to use those words. Tuscany Candles Lemon Sugar Cookie. I don't know if BREN knows this about me, but I love lemon sweet treat candles. I really do. Lemon Drop Cookie from Yankee Candle. Not that it's a sweet treat candle, but Sicilian Lemon was a huge hit for me. And when it comes to Bath and Body Works, Sugared Zesty Lemon, Zesty Sugared Lemon, it's one of those names. I can't remember, but I loved it. It was like a lemon head candy explosion. And it really, I'm not even kidding, before I just popped the top on this, I could already smell it. So intensity is definitely something that this wax is delivering. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all right, so lemon zest, lemon juice for sure, but we have to start with lemon verbena. Why lemon verbena? Because if you ever have the chance to smell this herb, pick it, rub it between your hands, and smell it. I'm telling you, you might think I'm nuts, but it smells like Fruit Loops. It smells like Lemon Trix breakfast cereal. It has this breakfast cereal candified, sugar-fied aroma. So not only does this have an authentic lemon zest, lemon juice smell, but it's also giving us that lemon verbena too. Coffee shop, lemon loaf, lemon pound cake, lemon frosting. This is really strong. I can definitely see why this would be anybody's favorite, and it's certainly right up my alley. What a perfect way. That's a perfect way to start a mystery unboxing. Fantastic job, Brent. And what is this? Brent, did you steal? She stole. This happened with Anthony from Candle Cafe too. She stole some of my cubes. Sharing is caring. We're splitting these. Okay, you're forgiven. I know you take your coffee black, so she has put research into this. I appreciate that. But this is one of my favorite coffee scents. No doubt that the whole box probably smells like this one. It does. It smells like a little bit like Dunkin' Donuts inside that box. Roasted espresso, not for human consumption. It says that. Not for human consumption. I'm not making that up. A little bit of like espresso drizzle, like you would get if you ordered a latte at your local coffee shop. Wow. Okay, so one of the things I always say about chocolate candles and coffee candles is that they always share similarities. Coffee concepts usually smell very chocolatey, and sometimes chocolate concepts smell a lot like coffee. And in this case, I do smell some chocolate, but there is a very distinct roasted coffee bean aromatic. I won't go as far to say espresso, because espresso is really smoky. It loses those fudgy notes. It becomes more smoky, even a little bit more of the toasted flavors of the coffee bean. Where this smells to me like it's still, this smells like a coffee that still has maintained some of the actual bean characteristics. It's nutty like hazelnut and pecan, but also nutty in the sense that I am getting caramel. Maybe that's a caramel drizzle that we're dealing with on top. Caramel cube, caramel candy, Werther's caramel hard candy. And although I do enjoy taking my coffee black, I am a coffee purist. That does not mean that I don't love the smell of walking into a coffee shop, all of the flavors that are swirling in the air, the French vanilla beans, the hazelnuts, and especially during the autumn season, you get the pumpkin spice aromas. This is like a whole coffee shop experience with an emphasis on that, what I would call a medium plus roasted coffee bean. I wouldn't necessarily go espresso, but that's a good thing. Bath & Body Works had a coffee fragrance that I thought was really, really well done. Bren, if you've burned this one, let me know what you think. Seattle, or if any of you folks have burned this candle, let me know what you think. Definitely sweetened up with the vanillas, the hazelnut flavorings, the caramel, and of course, the dairy richness. Very good. Safe to say 2 for 2. Let's keep moving. This looks like a Daylight from Kringle Candle. A new scent I grabbed, one for each of us. I am a huge pistachio fan, and I'm always commenting on gelato. Country Candle. This one by the name of Pistachio Gelato. Alright, so right from the beginning, this is not the massive, savory, salty, buttery, sugar cookie, pistachio cookie, right? I love that. Don't get me wrong. That very distinct smell of pistachios coming through, like that almond extract, I absolutely adore that. But this is not a cookie aroma. There's something about this when I smell this. I am thinking cold. I'm not thinking warm. This is not a treat out of the oven. This is something out of the freezer. I can't help but be influenced by the mint that's on the label here. Definitely a little bit of that cooling mint. Maybe that's what's helping this seem a little bit cold out of the freezer. With maybe, just maybe, like a scoop of coconut gelato or sorbet on the side. And very creamy as well. This will be put to great use very soon. Okay, another Kringle product. It looks like we have some wax melts here. Took a chance on this one. Not sure what I think. Definitely smells like fall, but I'm not sure I get coffee. You? Question mark. Pumpkin latte. So this is one I have had prior experience with. Alright, so I know exactly what you're saying. So right off the bat, big time pumpkin spice and pecan. First things that are coming through, I mean like raw pecan. We could even say walnut. Like when you crack a walnut shell and you smell the inside of that shell. Definitely cinnamon stick. Definitely we got the nutmeg that we would expect. Some clove. Allspice. And definitely our ginger. So we have the classic lineup of pumpkin spice aromas. I think clearly defined. This is really why I love Kringle, because the notes are so distinguishable. I can clearly smell that cinnamon stick and separate it from the nutmeg aromatics, and then separate that from the ginger aromatics. But we're also going to have a little bit of clove and a little bit of allspice, which gives this kind of an apple pie meets pumpkin pie spice aroma. And I'll be completely honest with you, BREN. I'm not just saying this to agree with you. This smells like the ingredients that would go into a pumpkin spice latte. Even down to the dairiness. You're going to have to rely on your imagination. You're going to have to rely on your mind filling in the blanks. I think BREN is absolutely on point when she says that this is really just the fixings of a pumpkin spiced latte, but without the coffee beverage itself. And I don't necessarily think that's a flaw in the candle. I'm one to believe that that is okay. They've been doing this a lot since it came out last year, and I have to say I do love it. Campfire donuts. I don't think I've ever had a donut by the campfire, but I would certainly not be opposed to it. I would also not be opposed to being able to get this open. Fried for sure. This is decadent. This is not a healthy treat. This is definitely more on the decadent side. And I do smell that donut. To be more specific, to me it's a little bit closer to funnel cake. That fried cake batter loaded with the confectioner's sugar. There's a little bit of a yeastiness to this too. I know that sounds crazy and that might sound like that's not a good thing, but hear me out. Have you ever had zeppelis or fried dough? In my hometown, at the beginning of the summer, we'd always have something at our local carnival of these big logs of fried dough. I mean, I couldn't possibly think of anything more calorie dense. That yeastiness of that dough. Or think of, it doesn't smell like a savory calzone, but you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you're eating that calzone and the center, it's you're getting a little bit of the rawness of that pizza dough. But I can definitely see this being in the season of autumn, traveling around apple country, stopping off at a farmer's market, and getting a nice big brown bag of freshly made apple cider donuts, sprinkled with brown sugar, tons of it. Nothing that makes me think of campfire, though. I think it's just really it poetically enhances the concept of the candle. So I can definitely see how this would be, it could go by many different names. I'm curious to know what other names this fragrance went by. So if you do know other names that this fragrance went by, make sure you list that in the comments below. I would love to know. And we have a full-size candle here. You knew I had to include a classic. Oh no. Sweater weather. Oh my god. So yes, sweater weather is one of, if not the most recommended fragrance that I evaluate from Bath & Body Works. At least it's on the top 3. And to have a jar of it, thank you so much. I mean, that's just a great gift. And look at that label. To you guys, this stuff might not be new, but for me, I really can't recall what this smells like. I'm sure I have smelled it at some point. And here we go. I gotta be in my A game here. Fresh mint, spearmint, crushed leaves, some earthiness. Earthiness in kind of a mulchy wood-like way. Some citrus zest, lemon lime, a little bit cologne-y. So maybe that lemon lime is maybe that's a bergamot thing happening here. And I have to wonder if that woodiness is some form of sandalwood accord. But sweater weather. Okay, so I'm liking this concept because of the mintiness of this candle, the cooling. It reminds me of one of my favorite trees. My favorite tree, the birch. A birch tree's birch oil naturally has a wintergreen smell. I say it all of the time. If you've ever had a birch beer before, you know exactly what I mean. So having that mintiness here definitely evokes the idea that I'm around birch. There's a very early evaluation I did where I took a candle, it was a birch candle, and I brought it out into the middle of the forest. I took this long rail trail trek into the forest, and I sat among the birch trees, and when I close my eyes and I smell this candle, it brings me back to that moment. You know, sitting out in the forest, smelling the trees, the forest around me, but also smelling all of the wonderful goodness below me. The decaying leaves, the decaying bark, the soil, the earthiness, all of the green vegetation, the grassy notes, the herbal notes. And speaking of herbal, I spent a lot of time out in California working in the culinary industry, so I spent a lot of time walking around herbal gardens, and that's kind of what this is doing for me. It's reminding me of walking around these herbal gardens and getting a little whiff of some sage from here, some thyme in this direction, a little bit of rosemary over here. I can completely see and understand why this is a Bath & Body Works classic. All of these were great gifts, but this one is very special. This is one that I will be saving for a very special rainy day, maybe literally a rainy day in autumn to burn. This is great. This is fantastic. BREN, thank you so much. A huge shout out to BREN of YouTube. Thank you so much for providing these fragrances. She did a great job. All of these I thoroughly enjoyed, and I hope that, BREN, that you're enjoying the fragrances I sent you, because I'll certainly be enjoying these. For any of you folks who have yet to discover BREN's channel, I'm gonna link her up in the description below, because you're gonna want to swing over. You're gonna want to start watching her videos, because she's going to help you decide which candles that you want to purchase for the upcoming season. I think her greatest virtue is that she's completely honest. She shares her opinion, no apologies. She's just honest. She tells it like it is, and no sugarcoating either. And I think we all love that about her. So visit BREN. I'll have her linked up below. And everybody joining in today to do this unboxing, this mystery unboxing. Thank you for joining. I certainly had a blast. There's going to be more of these coming up down the line, but there's also going to be a lot of traveling and aromatic adventures in our near future, so stay tuned. But for today, that is going to be it. Once again, thanks again for joining, and I will be seeing you folks soon. But until then, be good, will you?